And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. We like to call it the O&A virus.
Yes, the scourge.
You, the fans, help us.
The creeping crud.
Spread the virus. We know that, and we thank you for that. I gotta tell you, I wasn't even gonna come in today, but I knew we'd have just a stellar radio show today. I couldn't miss out on this one today.
Had to be here.
Had to be here.
With your chest cold thing.
No, it's an upper respiratory infection.
Ugh.
I'm dizzy as hell, but I'm on the super penicillin. I get this.
Super penicillin.
I literally get this every winter.
Yeah.
But I get the 6-pill thing, and it knocks it out of me.
Really?
Yeah, it knocks it out of me. But I'm hurting really bad today. I might even walk off.
No.
After we get all the funny out, then I might go for an early leave. Where's Norton? There's Jimmy.
He's back. He's pulling his fly up.
I was whizzing.
It's all right.
Wash?
Oh, yeah, my hands always.
Yeah, always.
Always. That was a hell of a start to a radio show.
Very funny.
Very funny. Goddamn listeners.
Usually it's just Ant and I, BSing for a while, but we got right into it.
Very good.
All right, let's go to the phones and say hi to Tom in Philly. Tom, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good, Tom.
I'm going to guess from the sound of things that you and Don Geronimo have a lot in common, Opie. Ramone kills that dog. Punch it out.
There goes Tom. I don't know what he's talking about.
Little story yesterday.
Well, maybe this will help.
Everybody out there, sing along, okay?
That's right. Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. Anthony, you want to take this one?
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Geronimo backs over dog. We now learn why the Don and Mike show was in rerun mode yesterday on WJFK. Don Geronimo accidentally backed over his little Toto dog, Rudy, with his SUV in the driveway of his Great Falls home. The canine died on his way to the vet. On Wednesday's show, Geronimo said he was too emotionally distraught to do Tuesday's show.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. They do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. Because last goddamn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Is that Don on the phone? Is he on his phone in the SUV? Tell him to pull forward. He just ran over his little dog. And now a letter from a man about bad breath, SUVs, and a dog. Smelly mouth, fat fuck.
Anyone else, I would be like, oh, that's a shame. But that guy, that phony, that crock of shit. Oh.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem. And this bloody mess is Rudy. The little crushed dog. The letter's from Don in Great Falls. It reads, Dear Casey, I was hoping I'd run over my bitch wife Frida, but I hit little Rudy. How am I supposed to come out of a goddamn up-tempo number into a hysterical story like Don Geronimo running over his fucking dog?
Emotionally distraught. Wow. That's rough.
Oh, man.
How the hell does that happen?
And then he couldn't do it.
Backing out, looking over your shoulder, having a good day on your way, and then, what was that little thump? Oh. There he is, laying in the driveway, Don. Did you scoop him up and put him in the SUV and drive off to the vet? Tears in his eyes, I guess. He tries to breathe life into his little dog. Was little Barty crying? Frida? They're going to look at Daddy like the guy that killed their goddamn dog? That's the worst. You know, when you find your dog splattered in the street, it's bad enough. When you kill him yourself, ooh, that's got to hurt. That's got to leave a mark with the family. When you walk in from work and say, Hi, honey, I'm home, and she looks at you, oh, dog killer's home. The guy that killed the one little joy I have in life, he's home today. Good. Hey, you get another one. I'm sure you could replace it.
Yeah.
Just like Mike. If you ran over Mike, he'd do the same thing. Those two hate each other. Hate each other.
Man, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. What's funny, he couldn't do his show, though. He was too distraught.
Too distraught. Running over his little dog with an SUV. Ouch. I wonder if it was the driver's side. Probably what killed him. That big gut. Big fat Don on that side of the SUV. The extra weight. Couldn't take it.
Fat fuck.
Oh.
He probably didn't even back over the dog. It smelled his breath and then just killed itself.
Keeled over. Remember we used to have to spray the mic sponges and stuff?
Yeah, Don and Mike was on the same station as ours back in the day, and they failed miserably. And then when we got fired, they took over for us in a lot of the markets, and they failed in just about all those markets as well, including Philly was the big one. And every once in a while, because they were situated in Washington, they would come up and do their show, from the New York studios, and they'd use the same microphones that Ant and I would use before us. The smell that would come off my microphone was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then it was I guess it's a known fact that he has just horrendous breath. But we had a whole thing we had to do. We had to wash out the mic screens and Lysol the hell out of it. And it was just god-awful.
Ugh. His breath smelled like a dead dog laying in the driveway, I would gather. Ginny from Jersey saying killing his dog is the funniest thing Don's done in years. That's great. Looks like Boo Boo made a boo-boo. Ramone, bring me a shovel. Mm-hmm.
And just for the rest of them to have to sit there on the air and watch this fat jackass eulogize his awful animal and not laugh in his face.
Ugh.
You think they all had to be, fake, being sincere and stuff?
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry.
Oh, Don, man.
That's a
wow,
shame,
that really blows,
Don.
man.
That's
I can't
terrible.
believe that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's awful. Sorry to hear about your dog.
We lost ours a few years ago.
Yes, it was tragic for the family. But you gotta move on, Don.
That's right.
What'd you do, eat it?
Jim in Jersey, what's up, Jim?
Precious, hope you're feeling better, baby.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I think we should all call over to Don today, maybe give him our condolences. That would just be a nice thing to do.
That's not a bad idea.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. I'm sure he's hurting real bad today.
That's true. The Don and Mike show in Washington.
It only happened a couple of days ago, so I think today will be the first day he's back on the air, so... Oh, my God. Please someone tape what he has to say about his little doggy.
Oh, we would love to hear it.
Please someone tape that and send it in.
And can I say to any callers, please, if you call in, just because he's an enemy of the Opie and Anthony show, he's really having a bad day. So be sensitive.
Yeah.
No off-color remarks about his dog.
Of course
Please. Be sensitive.
And you're going to have to, reel them in a little bit because they're on a really long delay.
Yeah, yeah.
A quick curse or something, we'll never get through.
No.
We'll never get through. All right, Anthony, well, that's...
I was reading a website that has some stuff from the Don and Mike show about Don running his dog over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It has like a little thing of what happened. Somebody's writing it. I don't know who it is, but it says, I apologize. There was no show yesterday. It wasn't a beef with Infinity. It was something awful happened to me yesterday. Oh, I guess these are Don's words. Okay. I'm getting ready to leave, and the dogs are running around the car. I shoo them away, and 9 times out of 10, they get away. But this time I started down the driveway, and I hear a thump.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
And then it goes to some other person, because then it says, Don said he got out of the car, went to the side of the car, and Rudy had been hit. I started freaking out. I'm screaming and crying and running around. Frida came out, and they both took Rudy to the vet. Fortunately, our vet is close, but unfortunately, Rudy had passed away by the time we arrived. Don apologized, but everyone understood. Maybe you'll find this amusing. When I was in the shower, I had no idea that Frida was even close by. I was having a real conversation with God about what happened with Rudy.
Oh, my God.
I called him a motherfucker, Don said. When he went downstairs, Frida said she heard his conversation with God. I mean, I really gave it to him. Whew. Don and Mike decided to take some calls. Don, my husband, ran over our dog and killed it. I cried for 2 weeks. How's he? Let's just say he had to tell the kids it was the first time I'd ever seen him cry. Mike said, what a wuss. Mike explained that someone had to make the first joke. Of what, their career?
You know, Mike just wants to tease this fat asshole, and he can't.
Of course he does. Little yappy dog getting smushed.
Had a ribbon in its hair, probably.
Thump.
Yeah.
I heard the thump.
I had a conversation with God in the shower.
God, why do I suck so much?
Why? Why
did I fail in Philly? Why?
Oh, yeah, and why did you make me hit Rudy? Little dog. Yeah, so that's it. He killed his dog and then had a little conversation with God in the shower, which conjures up an even more awful image. A naked, wet Don Geronimo preaching to God.
Yelling at God.
Dead dog.
Yelling at God. God, why is my cock so small?
And the reason Frida heard the conversation is because she has to lift his stomach so he can wash his dick. Fuck you and your boring on-air wife, stupid.
There we go.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, I feel bad.
All right, Anthony.
Yep.
I think we're going to start the show next.
Right. Enough of our other DJ segment.
Yeah. Well, getting a lot of good exposure, though.
Sure.
That's what the show's about, getting exposure for the program. Mm-hmm. Good exposure, like Sean Hannity. Weird exposure from that Shannon Burke guy. I don't know.
Oof.
But getting our names out there. Spreading the virus. That's what it's all about.